You want to sing your song for the thing?
Are you gonna back me up finally?
Yeah, I'll back you up.
Alright. You're counting down?
No, I'm just waiting for you. I'm
Okay.
conducting.
Okay. Okay. Welcome to my real life scenario.
You heard me? You heard me?
You were too quiet! Do it louder.
Sorry. Now to our real life scenario.
You love me like yeah, you love me like no, you love me like oh, oh, oh. You love me like yeah, you love me like no.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's
Dre
and Bre, and you're watching Worth the Wait.
coming back at you with another real love scenario.
Real life scenario.
Bree's gonna read. She's our designated reader for today.
Oh.
But first, before we start, we want to give an update on a past real life scenario. If you watched the Toxic Mama one, this is a recap or revisit of that one. So the person wrote in and said, "Hey guys, I just wanted to give you an update. I am the Mama Love scenario. Me and him both watched your video of my submission. We have started couples counseling and he has actually started to go to church with me. We had a long talk, and although everything might not be clear to him, he is willing to listen, understand my feelings, even if he doesn't agree. I just wanted to say thank you to you guys and everyone that commented on the video."
Aww.
See, that's why we do it. That's why we do the videos, to give helpful advice on your real life scenario. And we also want people to join in, comment, tell people what you think, because sometimes the people who write these things interact in the comments and they're like, "Oh, thank you," or "I didn't think about it like that." So make sure you be a participant in
That's so
this
awesome.
segment. You ready, Bree?
I'm a little nervous because I see the title
So we
of
have
the next one.
two of them for today. And the first one is Two Wives. And the second one is Actions Speak Louder Than Words.
Nervous about this first one.
Two Wives is the first one. There we go.
If I have a little lisp at all, I got, what is this called? Smile
Smile
Direct
Direct.
for my bottom teeth. I have one tooth that's like slightly going down its own path, and I'm like, come back, let's reel you in. So I'm gonna try. Okay, Two Wives. I left this situation, but it hurts. I met my boyfriend in law school, and we both believed we were each other's soulmates. He said he prayed for me, and God delivered him with everything he prayed for, and the feeling was mutual. However, after we both fell in love, I found out from his other girlfriend, that he believed in polygamy. Polygamy. Why didn't I say that? Polygamy. I saw a show about this. It's pretty interesting. And that he wanted two wives. He explained that he wanted me to fall in love before telling me, so that I could be convinced or be more understanding, and if he was honest, I might have left. Of course, being so in love, I stuck around and tried it for him all that. I knew that it wasn't what I wanted, but I didn't want to let go or know how to, and it was the most toxic relationship of my life. That dynamic brought out who he really was and as a person, and I was so caught up on the man he was prior to me finding out. I have a hard time letting go, and of course it got to a point where I had no choice but to let go. I know you guys have talked about red flags and etc. I struggled with the thin line between being open-minded and accepting things even though it didn't align with my goals, and not wanting him to marry or be with the other girl. So I would stay just to prevent that because I loved him. And what other people, to prevent that because I loved him and what other people thought. Due to his narcissistic behavior, it brought out a lot of anger out of me. When men hurt me, I want them to hurt just as much as they hurt me. My mouth can be very dangerous, and I would say hurtful things I knew would hurt him, even if it was personal. I told him about my previous relationships and how bad they were, and he promised he would never hurt me. How do you heal from stuff like that? I know some people have to be loved from a distance, but could he still be my soulmate? He would always say, sometimes God gives you what you want with a little extra. If I make you happy, then maybe this is something you have to compromise. Absolutely not.
So what's your thoughts on that, Bre?
No. That's my thought. No.
To the question of, is he still my soulmate?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I always tell, this is like the advice I give my friends when they like talk to a guy and they're like, ooh, he's this and he's that and this and that, and it'll be like one or two things and they're like, but this, and that but is a big but usually. And what I always say is, if you look at all of your past relationships, right, each relationship you go through, they get a little better than the last. And let me not say the relationship, but the person. Like normally you're like, ooh, like I thought I had it good with this guy. Like if the person wasn't better than the person you had before, you wouldn't have even moved into a relationship with this person or have a situation with that person. So it's kind of like, I feel like God teases us a little bit and will show you like, hey, you can have all of these things, and let me give you a little teaser, a little sample before I bring you your real entree, because it's probably something that you have to learn through the midst of those relationships, so that when you do get the real entree, you don't mess it up because you're so used to having appetizers. So it's like, I would look at this situation and say that all the things that you liked about him, you can find all of those things and have that with somebody else, but have it be with someone who doesn't have the negative things, especially something that just completely goes against what you're about and what you naturally want and what you naturally feel as a woman. Like, you naturally know you don't want to share him with another wife. Like, that's strange. And the people who want that, for whatever reasons that they want that, you know, that's okay, do your thing. If that makes them happy, if they're fully confident and comfortable with that, then that's one thing. But you're not, and you're thinking of switching up your morals and your beliefs and your thoughts and your natural feelings for somebody when there's somebody out there that will be even better than him and what you even know of right now. So no.
That was a lot.
I'm sorry, I really...
So this makes me think of like my cousin Tyrell. I may have mentioned him before in our videos, but one time, because I used to be in sales, he told me that he went to like LA Fitness, I guess, to get a membership. And the guy was like most salesmen do. He was like, oh, you got to get it today. Like prices are going up tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. So he got the membership. Then he found out that prices weren't going up, that the dude just told him that just to sell him that. And I was like, that's just how sales work. Like, people do that all the time. You got to close. But he went back and like canceled the membership. Not because he didn't want a membership at LA Fitness. It's because he got the membership under false pretenses. That the way he entered into it wasn't from an honest, like, he felt like he got played. So he was like, you know what? Like, I wanted to have a membership here too. I was probably going to get it, but you told me, you lied to me to get me to do it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, in this situation, you enter into a relationship on false pretenses. Like, the foundation of relationships are trust. And basically, your relationship starts with a lie. It's built on a lie, really. Honestly. It's like, how could you not tell somebody that type of information? Yeah,
it's not like he had a sixth toe that he didn't want to show you before you like had deep feelings for him. He wants another wife.
And then he admitted that he played you. He said, yeah, I knew if I would have told you, I wanted you to fall in love with me first because I knew you wouldn't want to do it.
Because he know he tripping.
Like, that's so, first, what he said, sometimes God don't give you a little extra like that. Like, what? Don't.
This is not a fudge Sunday.
I hate when people put God into it. God don't want you to have 3 wives. It's like, yeah, God, you know, sometimes he give you a little extra.
I can't believe he even mentioned God, knowing that he's saying he wants multiple wives. Where does God say that that's okay?
That was like the olden days. That ain't how it happens nowadays. But yeah. So soulmate.
No.
I wouldn't say soulmate. I feel like you know what you should do. I feel like this is what happens with a lot of our real life scenarios. People know what they should do.
They just may need to hear it.
They just need somebody to tell them, like, this is what you need to do. And this,
you can't have multiple soulmates. So if he can't be your soulmate because he's trying to be someone else's soulmate. Don't work like that, no?
Yeah, you got manipulated, and even though you feel like you love him and you feel like he's perfect, I don't think that's
just think you are one more man closer to your man, okay? The right one.
How do you think you heal from stuff like that, which is another one of her questions?
I think time is one of the things, because at the end of the day, women, we have a hard time letting go emotionally of things because we're caring and we are nurturing and we love hard. But I think it would be just kind of revert all the focus from the relationship into yourself and just really start like doing a lot of self-discovery, diving deep into like what you want in a man and like the things that you know, with this relationship that you've learned from, how to better communicate, how to make sure that someone's being honest with you, and yeah, just focus on like things that you can do so that the right person, when they do come your way, you will be completely ready. So really just, I would say, focus on just being single, loving all up on yourself, and just let it go. Just keep reminding yourself that like clearly he's not your man, he's already someone else's, or you know.
Yeah, the fact that she said I found out from his other girlfriend.
Yeah, just I would just think of God and how he's
he
gonna
didn't
bring
even
you
tell
something.
you. Like his other girlfriend told you, so he didn't even tell you about it first. Like
It's a whole hot mess.
Yeah, I don't think.
If you need to move on, just keep reading this because you don't deserve that.
Yeah, and then I would say also when it comes to your next relationships, don't let the baggage of this one and the dishonesty in this one like affect your ones going forward. Also, always be cautious, but try to unpack what happened so that you can move forward and still be trusting in future relationships. Ooh. Second one.
Okay. Actions speak louder than words. We've known each other for a while. We're in our mid-20s now, but have spent the last couple of years really getting to know each other on a more personal, if not intimate level. In the beginning, we were only friends, enjoying each other's time, but he was in a toxic situationship, and I was dealing with my ex, so we knew there was no space for us to be anything but friends. Slowly, his situationship crumbled, and my interest in my ex faded. He was still in love with situationship girl, so funny, and I, trying to be a good friend, was there for him. A few months later, we slept together, against my better judgment, I might add. And over the course of 2 years, started developing real feelings for each other, at least on my end and what it seemed like on his end. But in the same time span, due to his heartbreak, he fully enjoyed his singlehood with other women. Knowing we weren't in a relationship and not even verbally committed to each other, I occupied my time with other men while still secretly and also overtly hoping he would knowing we weren't in a relationship and not even verbally hoping he would see that I was still all about him and eventually want to be with me. About 16 months ago, I decided I was done dealing with men. It just got boring and focused on him while he continued his singleness. Here we are almost 3 years later. We've had several upfront, honest conversations about our feelings, both expressed a desire to be something serious, but he's hesitant and I'm also a difficult person to be with. He's still dealing with other women and I've grown tired of waiting, but a part of me still really wants to be with him. He's almost everything I've wanted and gives me what I believe I need from a partner, but because of where we are in our lives, there's also a lot of stress, arguments, and yelling that I don't like, and we are both to blame. I guess my overall question and constant wonder is, do I move on because actions speak louder than words, and if he wanted to choose me, he would, or am I not being understanding that he needs time to himself before committing? How long do I wait, and is it worth waiting? What a good one. Okay. I started last time, you started this time.
How can I explain this?
I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
What do you think I'm gonna say? What do you think I'm gonna say?
That if he wanted to be with her, he'd be with her.
Yeah.
But you're about to use like some awesome analogy.
No, it's just like, I feel like I don't understand why people don't understand this. It's like, I think it's maybe fear, or like you want something or someone so bad that you just stay with them for whatever reason. But like, it's like, if I seen this with jobs, right? Like, say you can come in your job, come in late, take off whenever you want to, do whatever you want to, not work some days, and then you won't ever get fired. What will make you want to be good at your job?
I know.
It's like, at that point, it's like, if he can be single and still have you, why would he change? Like, what? Why? Like, like why? Like, what's the reason? This is like,
especially when you're showing him that you're just like waiting.
If you heard our Costco example, it's like, if he could have a membership, get gas, if he could shop, eat the food there, shop there, get gas, all that without a membership, why would he get a membership?
So like, here's the thing. What I would suggest is that at the end of the day, what Dre is saying is, if you're sleeping with him, if you're emotionally connected to him, meaning like when he calls, you answer, when he texts, you're texting back, like you give him your time. If you guys are spending time with each other outside of just like having sex and the phone and whatever, like literally out and about together spending time, it's like he basically has you as a girlfriend while he's also doing everything else. So what I would do as a woman is cut off, like I would set a boundary and a tie. It's like, if we're friends and you're gonna be single and do your thing, this is what being friends looks like. And then if you want to be with me, meaning there's no one else and we are committing to a relationship, then this is what that looks like. And if neither makes sense, then peace, he's gone. If you cut the ties, and you don't even have to communicate to him, because again, actions speak louder than words. So if he doesn't want to be with you, stop having sex with him. If he doesn't want to be with you, stop answering all hours of the day and time because you're dating and you're doing other things with your life. Don't let him think that you are waiting for him, because he won't change. He won't do anything. If he really wants to be with you and he sees all of these things happening, then he's going to adjust and he's going to change as a man to secure the bag with you and be like, okay, clearly she's not about to wait for me. I got to get it together. This is what I'm going to do. But if he doesn't really want to be with you and you switch up and nothing changes on his part, then it's at the end of the day, he just liked what he was getting from you while getting it with other girls, and you're probably not the one for him, which is okay.
Yeah, I would say most women, they say that like guys are like buttholes, or like, you know, they're jerks and things like that. But those type of guys, in my opinion, are more opportunists than anything. Is that if they have the opportunity and it's there, they're not going to force you a lot of times to do something. But if they have the option to do it and it's there in front of them, they're probably going to take the option if it's open. So in that sense, you have to like... So first, what did she say? Let me see. It was something I was looking at and I was like... First, this thing. Being friends with somebody you have feelings for is not normally a good idea, because it's like, at the end of the day, that friendship is always going to involve, like, whenever you guys get together, it's always a thing, and it's like, that's very hard to do. So I wouldn't suggest that. But you just have to, like, if you want to know how he truly feels about you, you have to give him an option. Like, he can't have both you and his singleness, and you're basically sitting there trying to convince him that you should be the only one while he's dating other people, but he can still have all of you too. Yeah. It's like, either you have to be like, hey, like, I'm worth more than this, you know, or not even, you don't even have to do that, as Bre said, you don't even have to communicate it, because he wants to be single and do his thing, which is nothing wrong with that as a man, but if that's what he wants to do, because if you sit there and tell him, which I feel like a lot of women do, they want closure and they want to be like, oh, I just want to talk and I need you to tell me that you don't. Like, he's never really going to do that. Mm-mm. He's not going to do that. And then if he does do that, it's like, he's obviously enjoying his singleness, because if he wanted to be with you, he knows you're there. He knows that you want that. He would have just did it. So don't just take, because a lot of times we have conversations and then the guy will be like, oh yeah, I want to be with you, you know I love you. And you take that as, oh, okay, he said that he was going to do this, so I'm okay with staying now. It's like, no. You need to see the actions. And over a period of time, because you don't want to walk away and then he say I'm good and then you get back into the same thing.
It's funny because it just made me think that Dre never actually told me that we were like dating. He just acted like it was like one day, and then I was like, Dre might be my boyfriend, but I don't think I'm like, but I don't know. And then when I moved here and he verbally asked me, it was like, he took the actions of everything before he had to say like, oh, hey, Bre, I'm interested in you and I want to potentially date you. He was like, he showed his interest to the point where if you didn't know it, she'd be like, oh, that's her boyfriend.
And Bre has been cheated on before. And she's also, and that was prior to our relationship. I don't think she ever in any way felt or had a feeling that like I even gave her a reason to think that I was cheating on her or doing something else. Like anytime I interacted with her from when we started talking in March of 2017, she could tell I was all about her. Like it wasn't even a thought at all. Yeah. Like, right? Mm-hmm. Wasn't a thought. So, yeah. Sorry, advice. So,
what was the very end? She said, I guess my question is, yes, actions speak louder than words, and if he wanted to be with you, he would be. I don't think the how long do I wait? You've waited long enough as it is.
But that's the issue, is you don't wait.
Stop.
You don't.
Stop in the name.
You don't wait. That's the issue. Do not wait. It's like.
It's a perfect song.
But it's like, why is the question also like, how long do I wait? You don't wait.
Yeah.
It's like,
life, girl.
It's like, let me see if I can piece this together. It's off the top of my head. Made me think of like, say you like broke your leg or something, right? And this person was like, oh, or you wanted this person to repair your broken leg. And they're like, you know what? I would love to do that, but I have to go to law school first. I mean, not law school, med school. I have to go to med school first. Are you going to wait for that person to go to med school before you get your leg repaired? It's like, no, you find another doctor, somebody who's qualified, somebody who's been to med school to repair your leg. And I feel like it's the same. Like, why are you waiting for somebody to get right who ain't right? Just live your life. And if somebody who comes along who's already right, then move on with that person. But don't wait for this person to get right.
You're so talented with the
It's just like, why wait? It's like, the question is like, how long do I wait? You don't wait. Like, why are you waiting for somebody who's shown you that they're not ready to be in a relationship, not ready to be with you? You don't wait. You don't wait on that person. You just live life. And if they happen to come around at some point, they better hope that their timing is in line with where you are in life, because they're not going to get another chance if you done moved on already, because you're not waiting for them. You're just living your life.
Say that.
All right.
Yeah.
So that was our real love scenarios. Make sure you comment on them. Make sure you give your own advice. Let us know what you think, if you agree, if you disagree. And give two wives and actions speak louder than words some advice or your best thoughts.
Yes. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you submit your real love scenarios so you can be chosen as our next feature. I was going to say guest. Feature. We love y'all. Stay tuned. More coming your way. Peace.
Peace.